Hi, this is Mark Rushton of markrushton.com. It is Monday, November 30th, 2020. A little bit later than normal. I was a little busy today doing various things. Back at the day job, and then appointment in the afternoon, and then things to do in the early evening. So let's get started here. I'm going to talk about, I guess the topic is sort of nootropics or nootropics or however you're supposed to pronounce it. But I've been taking supplements for a long time, and largely just for improved brain function. And so that's kind of what the whole term nootropics is. Why do I look like this? I look totally different today. Oh, yeah. I'm wearing a hat because I wore a balaclava earlier and my hair is all matted down. And then I got these pretty awesome glasses. Okay, I can't see anything without them. I need my glasses. Here we go. There we go. Semi-normal Rushton here. No. I am not on hard drugs. I'm not on hard drugs. We're going to show you I'm going to show you a few things that I take kind of on a daily basis. I'm going to talk about some things that work for me, something I'm going to try in the future, near future, and some stuff that has not worked for me. Now, I'll say right off the bat here that I don't even hardly drink anymore. Not that I drank that much. I got into like Belgian ales, the St. Bernardo or St. Bernardus, that bunch. They got that App 12, and they got the Christmas ale, which is really good. And boy, I'd like to go get one. But I go out and I drink it, and I just kind of like it's okay. But as I get older, it just not that alcohol ever really kind of did that much for me. I've always been lightweight. I'd rather spend my time, doing other things, being productive, and that sort of stuff. And other stuff, I'm just trying to be, trying to be Mr. Natural here because I don't know why, because I'm getting older and stuff. So I want to, okay, but first of all, let's go to the lyrics here, because that's important here. That's important here. Yes. And of course, you cannot talk about nootropics without mentioning the Julian Cope song, They Were on Hard Drugs, which has some great lyrics. Julian Cope, formerly of the Teardrop Explodes, and then he's had a long solo career, and he's got some great side bands. Brain Donor he got a good few releases on there. I've been listening to him forever, and he's absolutely crazy, and he's written some great books over the years on sort of ancient British culture and sort of pagans and the stone circles and all that sort of stuff, and then just krautrock, Jap rock, and the guy just really digs into it. He's a very interesting character. But these lyrics, the lyrics here are so good. The ancients traveled with ephedra and cocaine to stave off hunger or to put down a migraine. And no authorities would label them insane because they were all on drugs. They were on hard drugs. That's such a good title for a song. They were on hard. They were. I mean, you just look at what everybody was on after the Civil War. Just it's incredible. What was it old? Where's that one movie where Robin Williams was talking about Freud did enough cocaine to kill a horse or something like that? Anyway, I'm rambling already, but. I tell you one thing that I have gotten into recently. I've quit eating ice cream because I like Greek yogurt. And I like Greek yogurt, and I also like the goat yogurt. that you can get at, I should have brought it up here because I'm going to mix some later. So I mix the Greek yogurt with the goat yogurt that I get at Natural Grocers. And it really just, it's vanilla flavored. I don't get the plain stuff is just, I can't handle it. And then the fruity stuff, I can't handle it. But the vanilla is fine. But you mix the goat and the Greek, and it's a really nice combination, and just makes it's a good way to wind down for the evening. So I love the probiotics. So that has actually been a good move for me, because not that I ever ate that much ice cream, but again, here, probiotics are different in that they contain live organisms, usually specific strains of bacteria that directly add to the population of healthy microbes in your gut. So anyway, yeah, I like Greek yogurt. I like having a little bit in the evening. It's a nice thing. It's probably better than all the other crap I've eaten over the years. So I'm trying to stay there. All right, so let's go into some of the supplements that I've taken over the years. And one I've taken for nearly 30 years, vitamin E, the antioxidant. Let's go here with this. Yeah, vitamin E, lots of studies on, lots of different things. You read these websites and it's absolutely crazy. Well, there's research on this and this and this. The only reason I take it was, I started reading about antioxidants back in the early 90s when I was taking, this, and I was taking niacin, and I just got all flushed over when I would take niacin. I kind of quit that. I took choline, like a liquid choline, for a while when I was going to art school, and then when I started working at the mutual fund company in the early 90s, and there was like a health food store there in Kansas City, and they had like this bottle, and you pour it out and you drink it, and I can't find it anymore. I can't find that. Is it CHOLINE? Did that for a while. Maybe that didn't really do anything. We had to store it in the fridge, and it was a lot of work, right? So I was like, well, okay. So that's something that didn't work. I'll talk about what didn't work here at the end here. I'll try to shut up about that. But I've been taking vitamin E pretty much every day for the last 28 years, at least 28 or 29 years. And it can't hurt. And I don't take too much. Again, all these websites here, like, oh, caution, don't swallow the entire bottle. All right, I'm not dumb. The other thing I take is vitamin D3. And of course, you try to get a little bit of sun every day too. And there's just so many good things about vitamin D3. Of course, getting sun, getting a little bit of sun every day, that's a good thing. But if, I always start my day with a D3. Always start it. And again, there's all this stuff here on this. Like I'm trying to use websites like Mayo Clinic or sites here that have actual studies on them or anything like that. I wonder if there's is there like a show the references? Show the references. There we go. Because you really got to dig into that. So yeah, D3, that's the reason all the Canadians fly down to Florida to get their D3, or the Americans fly down to like, Mexico or the Bahamas or something like that during winter. Get your D3, go down there for a week, hang out in the sun a little bit, go back feeling good. Now, I don't do that. Instead, I just take one of these here. What's next on the list? I'm like that. You've got that big pile of bottles that I take every day because it can't hurt, right? There's another kind of a recent thing that I've started taking here in the last few months is magnesium. And I tried 500 and I backed it down to 250, and that seems to be the right level for me. magnesium here. Why is magnesium important? Supporting muscle and nerve function and energy production. And so there's also some sort of stuff out there about magnesium and anxiety. And generally, I found that, yeah, maybe it works a little bit on anxiety, but the main thing for me on killing anxiety is don't watch television, don't watch TV news, and don't read the newspaper. Don't look at news websites. Just don't do it. Yeah, you get your news third hand or whatever like that. Yeah, you might actually inadvertently see something or like that. But that's the best way to reduce anxiety. Don't watch, don't read anything. Don't waste your time with that stuff that you've been told that you should be concerned about. That's how I live my life. I mean, I still know kind of what's going on and all that sort of stuff. I'm not living in a cabin in the woods with a typewriter or anything like that. But the magnesium has helped, and cutting the cable did too. All right, here's another thing that is really. Oh wait, did I show the? Yeah, there's the magnesium. All right. Another thing that I've started taking recently is not fish oil, although this is related to it, is krill oil. And this is the really nice stuff from natural grocers, the expensive stuff. Although I do buy the cheap stuff too, it seems to work just about as good. But started taking that. And I feel like I've got a little bit more energy. Who knows? It could be some of the things that I'm doing. But, you can't, omega-3s, I don't know all that much about it. I can't eat salmon every day. I do like salmon. I do feel good. But yeah, omega-3 fatty acids, there's strong evidence that the fatty acids can reduce triglycerides, which, yeah, you don't want high triglycerides. And then, I don't really worry so much about the cholesterol levels. I mean, don't get me started on that. And so, yeah, it can't hurt. And I don't have any bad reactions to it. So I take that. What else? I've taken lysine for a long, long time. The amino acid lysine, largely for like canker sores. I mean, if you get them in your mouth or whatever, or mouth sores, for whatever reason, or you feel like something's coming on, pop a couple of lysine, and it seems to handle it pretty good. It seems to be good. So always kind of keep this around here. And let's see here. What do they call it here? What do they call it on the site? Alternative medicine. I don't know. I call alternative medicine, it's like stuff that doesn't work. That's what alternative medicine is. Because I don't know, would anybody prescribe you a lysine? Not like a prescription, but would they say, maybe you should try that? Well, I've tried it and it works for me. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep taking it. Again, I'll get to those here in a little bit. What else? What else do I take? Started taking this maybe a year and a half ago, and it's theanine, L-theanine. And this is the good stuff. There is a really cheapy one at Walmart. I like this stuff. Comes in a little capsule. Smells like green tea, which is what it is. Drink some green tea and you kind of feel a little mellow or whatever. Well, that's what theanine does for me. And let's go over to it here. And this is Memorial Sloan Kettering talking about L-theanine. Mostly talks about improved sleep quality, reduced anxiety. It's got all this other stuff here that I'm not going to go into. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But it works for me. And what theanine does for me, particularly at the end of the day, and I'll take a larger dose at the end of the day, like this 200 milligram here, it seems to, like, I'm a kind of guy who likes to overthink things. So if I take theanine, it kind of eliminates those racing thoughts, particularly like before bedtime, you're thinking about stuff, and it just sort of, it doesn't make you sleep. It's not like melatonin. It's not like Benadryl or anything like that. It's not like Ambien, which I've never taken. But it just kind of clears out your head. It just kind of clears out your head. And I took, I think I've mentioned this before. I took Tylenol PM on and off for years. I took, what did I take? I took a little, very, very, very low dose of Xanax for sleep issues. And then I was, why am I taking this crap? I mean, it was extremely low dose. And then I would break the pill in half. And I was just after, and then I read up on it, right? Because your doctor, I'll just write you out this prescription or whatever. And you're just like, okay, whatever. Then one day I'm just, what am I taking? Right. And I read up on it. I'm like, I don't want to be anywhere. I don't need that. Maybe I can find something else that would fix it. And it's not Tylenol PM. Well, for me, it was theanine. And so that really did help me. That really did help me, because I've always had a problem kind of getting to sleep. I'm a night owl. If I could stay up till 2 or 3 and then wake up at 6 and not have any ill effects, that'd be great. But I'm not like that. I'm not built like that. But then I came across, after using theanine, I came across this, and then there are other studies on this too. So the combined effects of L-theanine and caffeine. Now, I don't take caffeine in the evening, otherwise I wouldn't be able to get to sleep. So what I do is, in the morning, I take a theanine, and then I take either like an Excedrin that's got a little caffeine in it, or I have a little bit of a half of a Red Bull or something like that. And that makes me like super focused. So here, this study here talked about 50 milligrams of caffeine without 100. So anyway, there was a study here, and it says caffeine improves subjective alertness, and L-theanine and caffeine combination improve both speed and accuracy of performance of the attention switching tasks, and reduced susceptibility to distracting information in the memory test between 60 and 90 minutes. So these results replicate previous evidence which suggests that theanine and caffeine in combination are beneficial for improving performance on cognitively demanding tasks. And I've found that to be the case too. I find if I take a theanine and a caffeine in the morning, I just plow through the work. I'm most efficient, and then I'll have a theanine at lunch and do what I can in the afternoon. So I'm surprised that theanine doesn't get more publicity. I found it to be extremely beneficial for reducing anxiety, and in combination with caffeine for the focus. Let's see if there's anything else here. Oh, yeah. There's one more thing that I'm just going to start. I've got an order in. It'll be in here in a few days. And that's boron. It's a trace mineral. And supposedly it's good for a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm just going to try it. It's super cheap. And I'm going to give it a try and see how it is. Now, there are things that I have tried over the years that either don't do anything for me, or they, how do I put it? Just make me, okay, I'll just, CoQ10. Supposedly that's a great antioxidant and everything, and they're kind of expensive. They can be expensive. It's done nothing for me, done absolutely nothing for me. So I tried that a couple of times. No benefit for me whatsoever. I've tried a couple different types of CoQ10. The other thing was B6. B6 did nothing for me also. What's the other? Oh, zinc. Because they're all like, oh, you should have zinc, and that'll help prevent all, excuse me here. Zinc will prevent, every kind of cold and flu from ever possibly getting. I tried a very, very low dose zinc, and I had nothing but an upset stomach multiple times. So I'm like, just do what you do as far as your diet with zinc, because it just didn't do anything for me. And of course, I've mentioned choline. I've tried that in the past. That seemed to be okay. And then it's niacin and niacinamide. I would take niacin when I was younger, and then you would get that flush effect. And niacin's supposed to be really good for you, but I couldn't handle it. I felt like I was just itching all the time, and it just seemed kind of crazy. So yeah, those are some of the things that I have that I take, that I'm going to be taking, and some things that don't work for me. And really, kind of the main thing for me is just being able to focus on things. And just think, well, these things can't hurt. I'm not doing anything. I'm trying not to do anything destructive. Yeah, I could lose a few pounds, but I'm working on some weight stuff around here. I'm cutting up wood, dragging it up the ravine several times a day. That's good for that's good for building muscle and everything. I don't know. I'm rambling, but yeah, those are some of the supplements that I take, and a lot of water. Drink a lot of water every day. So, yeah. So that's what works for me. It may not work for you. I take the very minimum dosage. I don't go overboard. I'm not crazy. I know how to read a label. And as long as it doesn't make me feel worse, or makes me feel a little, or if it makes me feel, cognitively a little bit better, then that's a win. That's got to be a plus. Again, that's the king for me. And I would say this fish oil supplement has been good for me too. And I would also say this has been pretty good for me too. I get a feeling, because when I add it, then, I kind of keep like a mental diary on how everything is. So anyway, that's me. That's all my stupid supplements that I take. What can I say? It's, you're getting to be an old man. Getting to be an old man. It's good to take you need everything that you can to get going. In addition to that, there's other things that I do. Try to cognitively, I try to stay up. I play word games. There are games that I play on my iPad, as far as I do play Lexulus, which is through Facebook, but that's more of a asynchronous game. But there's a game, Wordament, which Microsoft has had out for like the last 10 years, and sort of a speed find all the words in 2 minutes sort of game. And I find that has had really good effects as far as staying aware of staying up on the cognitive levels. So that's it for me. I'm done for the evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot.